Hard cider is becoming increasingly popular across the country, and the beauty of it is that it is an experience that relies heavily on the senses of smell and taste.
Halifax presenter Bain is a fan of cider, but she wanted to know more. She sets out to sample some ciders at the Chain Yard Urban Cidery and Unchained Kitchen.
Move over, beer, there's a new drink in town. Chain Yard is Halifax's first urban cidery. Susan Downey-Lim, a partner and the marketing director at Chain Yard, explains.
What we're making is very different from those big commercial ciders. We're always kind of experimenting here. We'll get different blends of apples or different fruit blends that we'll ferment and make into different ciders. So we're always trying to do something unique and different. But I'd say at any given time, if you come into our tap room, we would have about 4 to 6 ciders on.
Susan, we're here at the bar and you've poured me a couple of ciders to try, and I'm excited to dig in. What's the first one?
Yeah, so the first one that we're going to try today is called our Foundation, which is our flagship blend. It's the first cider that we started with here. The juice that's in this, in all of our ciders, is all from 100% Nova Scotia juice. We work right now with a few farmers in the Annapolis Valley. The juice gets delivered to us and we ferment it here on site. So we never use concentrates, we never use artificial flavoring, anything like that. So our Foundation, the first one we'll try, it's a little bit off dry, I would say. So that means it just has a little bit of sweetness there. So of course with any product, you want to give it a little bit of a smell before you taste it, of course, see what kind of aromas you're getting from it, and then give it a taste.
What hits me is just like a powerful scent of fresh apples with this one.
Of course, yeah, you're definitely going to get apples on cider, but there's also some other kind of hidden aromas. You might get a little bit of honey, you might get some other kind of stone fruit, a little bit of vanilla maybe, a little bit of spice. All kinds of different aromas can be contributed to a cider.
Let's give it a sip. It's nice and fresh, and it's really bubbly, that one.
We try to go for a really nice fine bubble there. So it's not like a really big coarse bubble, sometimes that you would get in a beer, but it's nice and fine when it hits your palate.
So that was delicious, the Foundation. And what's the next one you have for me to try?
So the next one that we have in the middle, this one is called our Frostbite.
Okay.
This one we made this winter as sort of a winter warmer. So what we did, it's the same blend, John and Gold, Macintosh, and Northern Spy are the apples that we used. And this one we macerated with a bit of ginger, nutmeg, and cinnamon.
Okay, to really give it that seasonal kind of winter
taste.
taste.
Those nice baking spices that you use in the winter, and they really come through on the nose and then on the palate too.
Yeah, definitely a very like cinnamony sort of wintry smell to it. Yeah, it reminds me actually of it's like orange and cloves and that kind of thing.
Most definitely. Yeah, I would say that you get like almost like an orange peel, clove for sure, and you really get that bite from the nutmeg.
What's this last one that you have here for me to try?
The last one here is called our Honey Pear. So this is definitely a unique product because it's actually not a cider. It is made from fermented pear juice, which is called a perry, and it's also made from fermented honey, which is called a mead.
Okay.
So that's what we did for the mead and the perry, and then we blended them together. So with this one, you get actually really big honey aromatics on the nose, and you get a little bit of that honey on the palate, but then it really finishes with a nice crisp pear taste.
Okay. Yeah, that one has some, I mean, maybe this is weird, almost like a minty taste to it a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
But,
for sure.
But it's, definitely sweeter. Not meaning to pun, but what would you pair this one with?
Good one, yeah. I would say anything that has a little bit of a spice in it. We have a restaurant here on Chain Kitchen. They make these great snacks called Spice Krispies, which is it's kind of like an adult Rice Krispie square.
Yep.
Has a little bit of curry and a little bit of spice with it.
Ooh.
And that little bit of spice works really well with a bit of the sweetness in the cider.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thanks so much for letting me try some of your ciders here. They've all been absolutely delicious.
Most definitely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I had no idea that cider was so complex and had so many flavors. I'd never heard of pear cider before.
Me neither. It's also a good time to mention that with any alcohol, we advise everyone to please always drink responsibly and do not drink and drive.